Hello guys, today we will discuss second problem of Lagrangian, and I thought this problem as important because here is a spring associated problem. So to learn this problem you can apply anywhere where the spring is used, so you able to understand what is the potential. So let's discuss this problem, and in this problem we will discuss Lagrangian in a polar form and try to find its equation of motion. Okay, so for writing Lagrangian we know what is our first step, that is writing equation of constraint. Okay, so for equation of constraint, treat this particle as a free particle and this bob attached with the spring to the origin and is only able to constraint to move on this xy plane. It can't go in z direction, so here z will be 0. This is your equation of constraint. And this length, if it is finite length, then it would also contribute to constraints, but it is of infinite length or indefinite length. So one equation of constraint, k is 1, so 3 into 1 minus 1 will be 2. 2 degree of freedom are allowed, means generalized coordinates will be 2 for this system. Now writing t will be your half m x dot square plus y dot square. This will be t in the simple Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, and here we will discuss two type of potentials. One is due to this spring and other is due to this height mgh. Okay, so two kind of potential will be there, and some basic about spring is that if spring is of original length L0 and this is displaced or changed by some delta L, so its potential will be your half k spring constant delta L square, means displacement, changed length minus original length. This will be your displacement. Similar how this is your spring, let's suppose this is of length L0, this is original length, and now its length will be your half k. If the suppose the coordinates are x and y, so this length will be under root x square plus y square by distance formula. So this will be your under root x square plus y square minus L0. This is your displacement actually. Here we talk about displacement. Minus mg y. Why I taken minus here? Because it is below the origin. Origin is here, positive direction leads to positive sign, and it is downward. So we are taking minus here. Minus mg y. This is your potential. But in the question it has been asked that write Lagrangian in polar form. So for polar form you have to substitute. Let's suppose this angle is your theta and this length, varying length is your r. So this y direction it will be your r cos theta. Along the theta it will be r cos theta. This will be r sin theta. So what you have to substitute here? X is equal to r sin theta and y is equal to r cos theta, right? And so that your t would become half m r dot square plus r square theta dot square. You can differentiate them and you can put and check your answer. Okay, and similarly your v become half k r minus L0 minus mg r cos theta, right? This will be your, now t is ready, v is ready, and your L will be combining both half m r dot square plus r square theta dot square minus half k r minus L0 minus mgr cos theta. This is your Lagrangian. So first part is done, writing Lagrangian in polar form. And here two generalized coordinates r and theta, and two were allowed only. Is there any cyclic coordinate? No, there is no cyclic coordinate. as theta solid form is also present, r is also present. So here is no cyclic coordinate, no conservation of momentum. And now for writing equation of motion, you will use Euler-Lagrangian equation is equal to 0, and it will become d by dt curly L upon curly r dot. What will come? mr dot minus curly L upon curly r. This will become bracket here, put a bracket, mr theta dot square minus half k minus mg cos theta is equal to 0. So it will become mr double dot minus mr theta dot square plus half k minus plus mgr cos theta is equal to 0.